Hi everyone, this is Anna. Thank you so much for dropping by. In this video, I'll be showing you a really easy and fun technique that will help you get the most out of your stamps and to create these ethereal and wispy wisteria floral clusters. But first, let's take a quick look at this kit. This kit contains 4 mini ink cubes, key lime fizz, green apple, taffy, and cup of joe, and a little bag of shimmery red gemstones. The 6x8 stamp set in this kit has an image of a branch of wisteria, a swing, and lots of wonderful sentiments. There are also dies, a beautiful cover die with a keyhole opening, keys, and a swing inspired by the Lovelock Bridge in Paris, as well as coordinating frame cuts for the stamps. For the cards I'll be creating today, I will not be using the main image in the stamp set. There are a lot of beautiful inspirations out there using the main image. I will be doing something a little different. First, I will do some easy ink blending. I have here a piece of watercolor paper. I will also use some reactive inks from the Floral collection of mini ink cubes, Thistle, Grape Slush, and Purple Galaxy. I took a blending brush and with the lightest color, Thistle, I started from the top of the paper, slowly blending in the color until 1/3 of the way down the panel. Then with the medium color, Grape Slush, I blended that in as well, starting at the top until about 1/4 the way down the panel. I did the same with the darkest color, Purple Galaxy, but this time I blended it in, concentrating only at the very top of the panel. For the next step, I took one of the smaller wisteria clusters, this one that has a little more detail, and mounted it on an acrylic block. Then I took the lightest purple color and inked up the stamp. Then I gave it a quick mist with a spray bottle filled with water and stamped it on the upper part of the panel. And because the inks I am using reacts with water, this gave the stamped image a soft look. I continued to ink it up, mist with water, then stamp. When I wanted more definition, I skipped the misting part and stamped directly onto the paper. I also varied the lengths of the cluster to give it a more natural feel. Then I took Grape Slush and did the same thing. This time, I skipped misting the stamp and just proceeded to stamp first and second generation onto the panel. I will turn up the music as I continue stamping the images onto the paper. And here's a close-up of what it looks like after the stamping. To give it a more magical and ethereal feel, I smushed some of the lightest ink onto an acrylic block, added a few drops of iridescent ink and some water, and splattered it onto the upper part of the paper. Now I'm going to make another panel and step it up a bit by adding some embossing. So first, I prepped the panel with anti-static powder. Then I inked up the stamp with embossing ink. This ink is a sticky ink that will hold the embossing powder. I stamped the floral cluster image onto the panel, varying the lengths. Then I sprinkled it generously with clear embossing powder. Tapped off the excess and then heat set it, starting from the back, slowly moving to the front until it was smooth and melted. Then I ink blended the panel just like I did the first card I made, starting with the lightest color, then moving on to the medium color and then the darkest. I will fast forward this part and I'll turn up the music and I'll see you in a little bit. Adding the embossing before the ink blending gave the image a little more depth and dimension. Then I splattered more ink like I did the first card. I wanted to add more shine, so I splattered some clean, clear water onto the panel. Then I sprinkled some silver embossing powder, tapped off the excess, and then heat set it. It is important in this part to heat set it starting at the back, because if you do it from the front, the embossing powder can fly all over the place. So I start heating it from the back and then moving it onto the front part of the panel. The silver embossing gave it some extra shine. I used charcoal ink to stamp the sentiment, sending loving thoughts. And since I was using watercolor paper, I stamped the sentiment twice. Here's a look at the finished card. This one is the one with the embossing. This one I made off camera. I added little butterflies. And this one is what we made earlier. If you enjoyed this video and you want more ideas on past My Monthly Hero kits, I have a playlist linked at the end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next time, bye!